Black Box Productions.
On gotta relay. I know y'all already up on the get down about your boy. It's crazy because they immediately hollering Corona, right? I don't know about that. Seems like everybody high profile with some coins, Corona, black, elderly, or if not necessarily elderly, slightly older, which he is, approaching 60, quite close to 60, within the target range of the most vulnerable. These are the people that seemingly were already knowing whether or not they had it or should have been, they had access in advance. For God bless, whatever the scenario may be. On my mama, it didn't look like it was fake or fun. So the thing is this. They say the boy was on Vlad TV recently complaining about income. 70% of what he was used to touching was no longer available to him on behalf of the COVID, due to the COVID. So they just recently say they let comedians open up. Let spots where comedians get on stage open up, basically for a trial run. And this story interests me for a number of reasons. For one, I'm familiar with Zane's. That was in Nashville, Tennessee. And the individual that actually introduced me to Buck Jenner day one is a stand-up comedian. On top of a personality that you'll see pop up on television as well, in different little shows. But his name is Sibo. And he frequents Zane's. And because of him being a native of Nashville and Zane's being such a staple in the stand-up game, he has been able to foster relationships with quite a few headline, high-end comedians based on Nashville is right there. It's a very small town, and Sibo ain't just your regular comedian. My mama, I knew him for a decade before I knew he knew how to tell a joke, and that's a whole nother story. But that made it interesting to me because I've been to Zane's and I'm familiar with Zane's. And then on top of that, when I show y'all some time about one of the neighborhoods, my mama that just passed, who we yet to bury, she's from the house that I grew up coming to, where she lived, the house that she died in, is in the neighborhood where D.L. Hugley grew up. 135th, McKinley type area, right up in there. So for those that are more familiar with areas by the gang terminology, West Side Piru area. So his story has always been, that's where he came from. So I always felt relatable to him when I saw him in public, because that's not a large area. So I just know for a fact, I had an uncle in his age bracket. I just know we have to know some of the same people. So I always felt familiar with D.L. Hugley. And then on top of that, when Neighborhood Nip passed, on my mama, we had to troll this page because it was a bunk ass meme floating around talking about you always gotta watch, it's the one that's close to you. And they had the nigga Shitty Key Nuz on there. But they was implying that Shitty Key Nuz was Puto. They had a picture of Puto. It was in the projects in the Jordan Downs. And it's a gang of niggas on a picture with Puto, with Nipsey. And Puto was on there, and they had his picture circled, and the picture started going viral. So shout out Hip Hop Classics Daily, because I made him aware, and he did a blog that got like close to 1 million views that helped change the narrative. But it was going viral that, oh, look at this picture. Remember, everybody was caught up at that time about the homie passing, and it was easy for something to catch on. And they was like, damn, you gotta always watch. My mama, Cuz don't resemble Cuz, but like in a profile picture, like peripheral, when everybody is on one, I could see how maybe it could have got. But Cuz was in traffic, like super slappied up, because like niggas was cutting their eyes at him at the gas station and all that. He didn't know if it was, to get down or what. He just didn't know what nobody was thinking. But one of the main high profile people that had it on their page was D.L. Hugley, amongst others. And I had a squad, Google Gang, salute y'all. I remember when we came together and banded and we got to trolling them pages, everybody that was posting it. First we was getting to their DMs and in the comments like, Cuz, that's Cuz. That's Nipsey mama, godson. Like, you breaking her heart seeing this ain't true, this ain't true. From Earthquake to, it was a lot of celebrities that had it up there that had it getting a lot of traction on it. And one by one, as we trolled them, they would take it down. And D.L. Hugley was one of the last ones that held out. I'm like, I'm talking about, I'm trolling his shit hard. Like, man, I'm telling him I'm from right there where you at, naming the schools, the stores, and everything. Like, come on, bro. Man, you breaking this is causing Nipsey mama more stress right now at a time like this when she trying to grieve. This is her other son. This is not true. Like, what? And he finally took it down. But for him to just recently have gone on Vlad TV and speak about finances being slowed up, and then being amongst the first to go on stage and have such an incident, from what I've heard about Corona, like I say, his age group and his access to information, and I just don't believe that was Corona related. On my mama. You just gotta imagine, just think about it. When you have made your living off of getting up on a stage in front of groups of people, typically, and talking that typically, you off some egalities. That's going to be the routine. Take it from somebody, or Baba, who does it on a regular basis. And just, I ain't going to go into details of what I may think. I just will sum it up by saying that looks more like an effect of an imbalance of whatever's going on in the body due to the egalities that are introduced at the moment. Because it's kind of this thing, you're trying to get back on the road. He's facing the crowd again. Apparently, his mentality is not where he wanted to be. He's saying the deals aren't the same, and things of that nature. I saw a report where he was when he was talking to Vlad. He was talking about. I didn't actually see the interview. I saw a report on it, and he was talking about how the deals, even now, when he's going out to get this work, they're not offering what it was when he left. He said it was like, this is the first time in his career he hasn't been able to get on stage for 3 months. It was really affecting how he was living. So it seems like more like he jumped into a thirst trap. And I don't believe, because I don't see how you can get on stage and then all of a sudden the corona affect you then. Oh, my mama. That's more like you ain't been in your routine. Whoop, wop, wop. You probably been chilling. You whoop, wop, do something. You get down and then you get up and then you have to go down. So, you know, usually when people are experiencing some type of trauma to that effect, we know rule number one is don't grab them and move them to nowhere else. But whoever the people was that came out the cut, like all that, we finna move him out of the way of all this, because some foreknowledge, with nobody masked up, corona affected somebody like that, and everybody that comfortable just going grabbing him with no masked up. Oh, my mama, the world don't work like that. Ain't nobody. Come on now, if that's the case, somebody would have jumped in when George Floyd was getting murdered. Ain't nobody just rushing to die on no nothing behalf. They aware something in that C9E-ness. Oh, my blah. No, but God bless him. I hope he bounced back though. Like, you feel me? Like, oh my mama, that ain't really cool though. Like, oh my mama.
Snake Wood Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned.